If you've been around in crypto for a while, you understand that volatility is the name of the game, but many people simply lose their cryptocurrency by either making bad decisions or trying to time the market. We're going to be breaking down why you need to stay resolute in your decision. You need to understand what the market's doing and get used to it. You're going to see more 10, 20, maybe even 30% corrections as we head on up to a new Bitcoin bull market all-time high. We'll break down that in this video, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you stay up to date with all the latest in cryptocurrency and secretly stay ahead of the rest of the market. That being said, let's get into the video. So everybody loves a market reversal. Everyone yesterday talking about how the market was going to zero, how ultimately the December crash was here. Well, guess what? We're back above $100,000. Call me surprised. But the reality here is that many people would have sold their cryptocurrency. In fact, someone joined my live stream to tell me they'd sold all their XRP at the bottom and it was on its way back up. These are the things you need to understand. First and foremost, come and join the live stream every day, 4 p.m. Eastern. Definitely worthwhile. But understand we get severe volatility. In fact, just look at the last 2 weeks and how volatile we've been. We've ranged from as high as 99,800 to as low as 91,000 in the space of a week. We've also wicked all the way up to a brand new all-time high of 104,000 before coming all the way back down to 94,000. Okay, that's a pretty big move, and that's the dangers of cryptocurrency. Ultimately, though, that's why we all simply love it. But understand the macro sentiment. Why are you bullish on the market? Or why are you bearish on the market? These are the key things you need to understand. Well, here's a few things that I'm looking at that certainly make me bullish on where we're going with Bitcoin. First of all, you hear all of these talks about Bitcoin reserves. In fact, Donald Trump, Cynthia Lumens were the first two really to talk about it in the US. Well, everybody right now is getting on the bandwagon. We know Russia has alleged they're going to do it. China apparently is doing it. We're even going stateside with Alabama State Auditor calling to establish a Bitcoin reserve. Now, think about this. Argentina, El Salvador, they've already been doing it for a long time. In fact, El Salvador finding a huge deposit of gold. Well, apparently they're going to turn it in and put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Very interesting indeed. But Auditor Andrew Sorrell has proposed that Alabama creates a strategic Bitcoin reserve to ensure the continued leadership in crypto adoption. The reality here is whoever gets there first simply will be ahead of the game. We actually looked earlier on my live stream about what is on exchanges. How much does it truly take to get a reserve going? Well, obviously Donald Trump alleging he's going to spend 1 million Bitcoin to put in their reserve. Very interesting indeed. And it's not just the US. In fact, Kenya, the Kenyan National Fire Brigade Association becomes the first labor union to adopt a Bitcoin reserve. You are going to hear so much more when we talk about Bitcoin reserves. In fact, I actually truly believe this is going to be one of the craziest bull markets because you're going to see this when Donald Trump is elected. It wouldn't surprise me one single bit that the US Bitcoin reserve is announced, and more importantly, they continue to buy. And I think this is an absolute driver in the market. So if you understand those two things, how can you be bearish right now? Well, let's dig a little bit deeper. In fact, Riot has just completed a $525 million note offering to fuel more Bitcoin buy-in. It's wild. Okay, you're saying, hey, 2-bit, I get it. Well, there's more. Guess what? Canada, Vancouver City Council passes a motion to adopt Bitcoin. Even Canada is getting involved. And finally, well, this is probably the most sobering chart you could see all day. Whenever people are nervous, whenever people are scared, whenever the markets take a big hit like we saw over the last 24 hours, guess who comes in and scoops it all up? That's right, those with the deepest pockets. Bitcoin whales actually bought every single dip, with over 342 wallets with over 100 Bitcoin were created as price dropped from 104 to 90,000. Well, they just made themselves a pretty packet in 24 hours. Absolutely insane to think about. And these are the key things you need to understand in this bull market. In fact, bull markets are more difficult to manage than bear markets. Bear markets are easy. Just buy everything. Bull markets require a little bit more resilience. They require a little bit more thought as you walk through them and understanding a little bit on charting. I'm not saying that I'm the absolute professor of technical analysis, but I know enough to understand when things are slightly overcooked or slightly undercooked. The reality here is we're in this consolidation phase. We're going to range between these 2 points of around 96,000 to 104. Our RSI is just dropped below this trend line and our volume is pretty good. So these key indicators tell us we are going to see some volatility. Now, we could see a breakout, a retest of the 101,950 line around this sort of level would be interesting with a push to the upside. Generally speaking, Fridays are a good time, but as we move up, this could give us a significant push, and breaking over that 104 may even fall next week if you look at what's happening on the macro scale. And I think, again, Understanding what's going on in the macro side of things will always point you in the right direction as to what you should do. ETFs are a great example of this. Over $4.21 billion bought on ETFs today, with over Fidelity getting 6,000 Bitcoin and BlackRock buying even more. But look at those holdings for the 7 days. 23,000 Bitcoin should tell you exactly what you need to know when it comes to institutional investment and who's buying. And the reality is, well, it's the big boys with the big pockets. That's the reality. So let me know what you think of all of this in the comments down below. Did you sell? Did you get shaken out? And don't forget, drop your Bitcoin price down there. Oh, one more thing before I go. Marbits.io is live. This is the token that I have launched. Definitely come and check us out. Why? Because our decentralized application is now up and running, and you can come and have a look at exactly what's going on. If you want to get involved in our $5,000 race, then come over, buy some Marbits on Uniswap, come over to the DApp and buy a ticket for 14,000 bits. That's going to get you in the prize pool for Sunday. It's going to be wild unless you are not. Then get involved. As always, do come and join us in the live stream if you've got any questions, and do check out Marbits. It's definitely worth your time. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.